What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the R&P Podcast, giving you opinions on topics you've never asked for. I'm your host, PLAX. I'm here with my co-host, Rick, and I didn't mess up the first time. Rick, how you doing today, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. This is episode 68.
68.
For those of you who haven't been following along. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm tired. Hold on.
This is a R&P at night.
Whew. It is. It's been a minute since we've done... No, that's not true. That's a lie. It's been a minute since we've done one this late.
Yeah. We usually try to get them done relatively soon.
We usually get them done by the time this started. So.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But we trying to get the stuff to you guys as you guys see, because we love you. But Rick, what you had going on today, man? How was your day?
It was all right. Grocery shopping. Groceries for two can be a little expensive, but got some good shit.
Okay.
Got some stuff to make smoothies.
Ooh, okay.
Got a blender, the Ninja blender coming in handy.
Okay.
I got the right yogurt this time. Before, right? I was like, I want to be healthy, so I'm gonna get the yogurt, the low fat yogurt.
Yeah.
But what I got was the low fat plain yogurt. And you're like, what's wrong with that? Well, plain yogurt and vanilla yogurt are two different yogurts. So plain yogurt is whatever yogurt is before you add a flavor.
So Minosaurus Rex is what you're saying.
So, but because I was making a smoothie, obviously I have fruits and stuff in there. The thing is that while the fruits add flavor to the yogurt is coming from a bland base. So unless I threw in every single strawberry I ever had in there, it wasn't gonna taste like I thought it was supposed to.
Vanilla extract, right? But that's
you
might as well just get the vanilla.
We don't have any vanilla extract in the house, but that might be something to look into, because then I could get plain yogurt and it probably would be a little healthy.
Yeah, and then you still getting that little bit of flavor.
Yeah. Huh. I did throw some honey in there the first time when I messed it up. The honey kind of it didn't save it, but I finished it.
Okay, well, that's hey, listen, we not wasting food around here, man.
Nah, never. I would have drank that drink regardless. The consistency was what it was supposed to be. The flavor was lacking. But second time I made it, I got the right yogurt, got the right situations.
Okay.
I maybe put a little too much ice in it because it was a little bit more liquidy than it was thick. Which is how I like everything in my life.
Sorry.
But I got it. So, but now that I know that, less ice, more yogurt, more fruit, and I should get the combination I want. I want to try to go into adding the juices. I don't know if you ever seen, but they be having the concentrated juices in the carton, not cartons, but in the little tubes. Can joints.
I think I know what you're talking about.
People be throwing those in there. There was apple juice, but I was like, apples and strawberries, does that go together? And I didn't come up with an answer, but then I thought about it. I was like, it's apples and strawberries.
Yeah,
it can't taste bad.
Yeah, it should go together. It's not a go-to that people do all the time, but I don't see why it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't bang with I don't bang with bananas in my smoothies though.
Oh, that's the only place I bang with bananas or banana pudding. Mm-mm. That's really it. I don't fuck with bananas like straight up.
I don't fuck with bananas straight up. But in a smoothie form, it doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like whatever it was. Well, it tastes like banana with a hint of whatever else you got.
You think it overpowers what you trying?
Yeah, it's never an even blend of flavors. If you get bananas in your smoothie, it tastes like bananas with a hint of strawberries, even if you have more strawberries in there than bananas.
I could co-sign that. It's just that's just the only way I could. Banana pudding and in a smoothie or something is the only way I can fuck with bananas. Anything else, banana straight up, banana taste and shit. Nah, I'm good. I'm all right. You can keep it. Shiley likes bananas a lot though. She really likes them. So really? That's the only reason I get them. But nah, she tried to give me one. I said, no, you're good, fam.
No, you're all right.
Yeah, I was like, you're good. Speaking of trying to be healthier, I guess I started a fast on. By the time this come out, it'll be 3 days ago. But I started a fast on October 1st. At the time of this recording, I just hit my 24 hours. I drank some broth. I've been drinking water. I woke up with a crazy ass headache, as I told you before we started, Rick. That's why the recording was a little bit more delayed, because I was trying to get my bearings together. Really fucked up. But the broth just helped. It woke me up a little bit, too, with the heat and shit. Had my nose running. So far, it's not terrible. I would really like to eat something. That's really it, though. I would really enjoy to eat something, but it's not like the worst thing in the world either. I just feel a little, I guess, lethargic a little bit, but that's really it. Other than that, I'm relatively fine.
Yeah, with fast and everything, I've found that the most, like, how I look at it is just trying to be at a calorie deficit. So it's just trying to take in less calories than you burn, because then your body needs to get that from somewhere, right. Which is 9 times out of 10, you're fat. Right.
Because once our buddy Hefty sent me like some videos and stuff, and basically once you get past like the first like 12 hours or something like that, your body just immediately starts going after the fat, because the sugar and all the other shit get taken out so quickly that it just goes right after the fat. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. Hefty was trying to get me into the go crazy like fast. I said once I like really deep dive into it, I was like, nah, that won't be happening. It'll just be intermittent fasting. I'm gonna do 2 days of not eating and just drinking water and broths and shit, and then one day I'll eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and maybe a couple snacks, get my like fill for the day, and then but changing my diet as well though.
You're doing intermittent fasting on days?
What you mean?
Like you're doing like intermittent fasting, but doing this day I'm fasting, next day I'm not, or like some variation.
Yeah, I'm doing 2 days on, 2 days not eating, 1 day eating, 2 days not, 1 day eating. Yeah. Only reason I'm doing it like that is because I can't do. I feel like I just won't be able to do 3 or 4 days. That just seems, and then when you do that, you get into another threshold of fasting that I'm not trying to get into.
Yeah, well, the reason I asked that is usually with intermittent fasting, how it works, it's hour blocks. So basically, what you would do is it's intermittent fasting, not because you're intermittently fasting, as in like 1 day you're fasting, 1 day you're not. It's intermittent fasting because you're fasting for a certain part of the day, to a certain part of the day.
So what the fuck am I doing?
I don't know.
I'm just out here. I'm just out here.
Well, that might be, if you looked it up and that's what it called it. You might be doing maybe a more extreme version of intermittent fasting. But yeah, so basically what it is like from like, you can decide how many hours. Usually it has to be like 12 or more. So 12 hours out of a 24-hour day, right? Mm-hmm. You got to think about that you're fasting. And so out of your 24-hour days, you're like, well, that doesn't seem that bad, or if you're on the opposite spectrum, it'd be like, that seems terrible. The way you kind of
if you grew up in the hood, 12 hours ain't shit.
Yeah, but it's like the constant 12 hours. So let's say like, you know how you wake up and you get a bowl of cereal? Well, you don't do that anymore, right? So you wake up in the morning, you get your water, your tea, your coffee, whatever, and you go through your routine. And you don't eat until like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. And then from 5 to like 9, or like from 5 to like 10 or something like that, like your 4 to 5 hour window, you can eat whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
But then the minute it hits your cutoff time, you're done.
So if you don't eat within that time, it's capped.
Yeah. And so usually people have their fasting time start like usually like when they're sleeping. So like they'll have their fasting time like from from like that 10 p.m. to the next 5 p.m. is fasting.
Okay.
And then from 5 to 10 is my eating window. That's a little bit more on the steeper side. Some people do like within that 12-hour window, some people do like 8 off and the rest on. So 8 off means like you're fasting for the 8 hours, and then for the rest of the time you're indulging. But the thing with intermittent fasting is that way is that you have to couple it with some type of workout. It doesn't have to be a gym level workout, but you got to do like when you wake up, you got to do like some push-ups, some sit-ups, maybe some light cardio if you can do like you're stepping in places or your burpees or something like that. Cause then your body has nothing to work with except water and what's in your body already, because you're not eating. Right. So at that point, it's burning what's in the tank.
Right. That's what I didn't do today, is work out. I was supposed to start working out today, and I did not do that. Because
if you do that, it'll slide off if you stay consistent.
Okay. Because the fasting was just fucking with me already. And I was like, okay, all right, let me just get through today. See what I can do. Try to work out tomorrow or something like that. But I did get through the 24 hours of fasting. When I do eat, I'm actually going to go shopping Monday morning, which is the day I can eat. And I'm going to just get a bunch of healthier stuff. I'm not ordering food anymore. I deleted DoorDash and Uber Eats and all that shit off my phone.
The delete?
Yeah, the delete. Yeah, I got it off my phone. Not saying it can't get re-downloaded. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I didn't say I took
the step to delete it. To delete all that stuff.
You would feel like a piece of shit going back into the Play Store to
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, it's a lot of steps to re-download it that you could come back and be like, okay, no, don't do that. You see what I'm saying? So I would have to do extra steps just to download it. But I plan on changing my diet. I talked to Hefty, like I said, and I kind of got a better understanding of what I wanted to do. I do know the fasting that you're talking about when you started explaining it. That's actual intermittent fast. I thought this was too, but I guess it's not. With that, I can't do that right now because I'm just too far gone with my weight. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that wouldn't help me lose weight. You see what I'm saying? I feel like at the moment.
If you do like legitimate like cardio based workouts, whether they're in home or like you go for a run or however you do your cardio.
I do walk every day, basically.
Yeah,
walk
do like jump ropes or something like legitimate cardio, right? You could, at least the way I had it, I lost about like 30 pounds in like a month.
Are you serious? Wow, good shit, Rick.
Yeah, that was when I was in college. That was when I was at Buff State, and that was the smallest I ever was that 190.
Right.
Which people are like, 190 isn't small. I'm like, I'm 6'2", so that's small for me.
Well, right? For me,
or smallish.
I'm fuck it, I'll just say it because I love you guys. I'm 275 right now, which is disgusting.
275,
which is
a little cannonball.
Yeah, for my height, is fucking disgusting. I should be dead. I'm trying to get down to,
but it's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy at all. And when I seen that, I thought I was 250. I was under the illusion I was 250. I was like, okay, that's not great, but
everybody throws out the 250.
Yeah,
because they don't want to imagine themselves any more than
right. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm vibing right here. And then when I got on the scale, I was like, at work, I was like, I got scared. Like I jumped back. I was like, oh my god, like that's scary as fuck.
And it was like, why is it going past 250?
Yeah, I was like, oh, wait. This shit broke.
Hasn't it stopped?
Yeah, I was like, this shit broke. But I will say this though, Rick. I feel like during the pandemic, I had to be 300 pounds. Because I've lost weight from there.
Yeah, the pandemic weight, people don't realize like how big they probably got because they didn't have to go anywhere.
It wasn't no scales to like get on. Yeah, right? Yeah. I can confidently say if I'm 275 right now, I was 300 pounds during the pandemic. I had to be because like it was points where I couldn't even like. Me and my dad went to go play basketball. I couldn't like move. I was like barely breathing. Like I was dying out there. Like you seen me the one day we went to hoop.
Yeah,
I was dying. Now if we went to hoop, I'm not the peak of athleticism or nothing, but I'm not
but you're
dying.
not dying.
Yeah, I'm not out there dying. We could play 3-4 games and I'll be relatively okay. When we played, it was one game and my legs was burning. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was gonna pass out, like all that shit. So I had to have been 300 plus during the pandemic. So I have lost weight, I feel like, in my mind. I just gotta get that. I want to get to 200 pounds, which still isn't healthy for my height. But I would feel better being there.
No, that's an amazing start.
Yeah, I would feel better being there, and then depending on how I'm feeling at that moment and what I've done at that moment, we'll see where it goes from there. Like if I want to go lower, but 200 is the goal. I've been fat long enough, man. I got to do something about it. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, I got lucky with the pandemic. This is the last thing we'll touch on in terms of this conversation. With the pandemic, I went into it between 190 and like 200, so when I climbed, obviously it was a climb, like you could tell, but it was like a climb that I was low key okay with because I had been there before, right? Like you had
gotten down from there already, right?
Yeah, but now that I'm here, I do realize how tough it was to get down to that again. So it's a little daunting. Especially when you know you got down there and what you look like down there and how you felt when you were down at that weight. It kind of feels like you're standing still, but at the same time, it's kind of like that little bit of motivation. It's a little tough sometimes. Sometimes I'm just like, man, fuck all that shit.
Right, give me a cheeseburger. It'd be like that.
Give me the sauce.
Yeah, but I gotta cut those burgers out and all the pizza and shit. I'm just gonna cook for now. I'm meal prepping. I'm trying to slightly get into meal prepping a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy,
nice,
because I'm not a cooking nigga like that, but I am going to try to do it a little bit. What else I got? Oh, speaking of like just back when you felt a little better in like 2017, 2018, I was working out heavy like right after high school. I felt amazing. Like I was remember I told y'all I chased the bus and caught that motherfucker? That shit felt amazing, bro. I was like, yo, I literally for the whole block hawked that motherfucker and caught it. That shit felt. I ran from across the street. It was on near my old job on Bailey. So I had to run across from the street, hawk that joint all the way down the block, and you know those bus stops on Bailey is far.
Oh yeah, they're few and far in between.
Yeah, so I hawked it the whole way and caught that motherfucker. And the bus driver was like, "Oh man, you really caught me." I was like, "You're a dickhead because you could have just stopped if you see me." He's like, "Why you
stopped or slowed down?"
Yeah, or slowed down or something.
No, that's a crazy thing to say to someone.
That nigga was punching it. He was not about to stop. That nigga was punching it.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's the last thing we're going to talk about that. But speaking of fit, Griffey was on Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
Long Beach Griffey, for anybody who doesn't know, YouTube sensation, the GOAT, comedy god, Himothy and Neutron.
Himothy Turner, yeah.
Himothy Turner.
Himothy Green. Okay, that's enough. When I seen that, I only seen the one TikTok.
Hemi Phantom.
Oh, I like that one. I only seen the one clip of him, and just seeing him on their set was disappointing, honestly, Rick. I just was like, Griff, you don't really need to be on their podcast, so why are you like...
Oh, no, definitely not. You didn't need to be on there.
If anything, you being on their pod is giving them more juice to be...
Clout.
Yeah, to be completely honest with you. But the one clip I seen, he wasn't necessarily wrong, per se, with what he was saying, just how he was saying it. I guess he was basically talking about how, I guess women, to get men, don't need to try. And men do need to try, which any women listening, hopefully you're not too offended by that, but it is kind of true. Like the average dude, if you work at McDonald's or something, you're not, pulling every girl you see. You see what I'm saying? It's just not, unless you're a wrist guy. You could be a wrist guy, but you know, on average, most people aren't wrist guys. When on the other end, women, mostly because niggas are nasty too. Women will be like, you know, you just gotta hit a dude up in your phone, and one of them is probably gonna show up 9 times out of 10, which also niggas are just easy too. So, Rick, what do you think? Is it more so niggas are easy or women have it easy?
I gotta say that men are probably easier, but that's probably because it's like this, right? Mm-hmm. At least this is bare bones, and this isn't correct for everyone, but this is just what I've seen in my experiences. So I'm not generalizing all women. You know, I'm giving the full disclaimer. The way I've seen relationships, and not even just relations, but interaction between men and women, it always gets broken down like this. And a lot of podcasts have talked about it and said this. And it's usually like this. Women decide when the relationship starts in terms of like either being asked or like agreeing to like anywhere from like any type of relationship, from just a sexual one or an actual relationship or a friendship. A woman, basically, if it's between a man and a woman or a woman and a woman type thing, right? The woman is the one to decide like when that's happening. That's it's like almost the innate rule of the current society. Is obviously a woman isn't having sex with someone unless she wants to. Right. In the ideal world, that's the only way that happens, right? For men, it's the same thing, but it's a little bit of a different standard. That is the power that a woman holds in that conversation, that interaction, is to agree. Right. Rarely will you see a woman turn down, and so because that is the case.
Oh, you mean a man turned down? You mean a man turned down?
No, no. I'm talking about if a woman were to ask a man.
Oh for X, Y, and Z, she's not. It's rare that she gonna get turned down. Right?
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, like that's a go.
Yeah. Right. Most of the time, niggas is going right.
Yeah, and so because that's an inherent power that women are 9 times out of 10 not turned down. That means it's then their decision if they're asked, because it's not the same reverse. Right. Men are not accepted 9 times out of 10 if they ask a woman, for such and such, right? And the offset of that is that because of how society is currently, men have the ability to then take that relationship to the next level, i.e. marriage. Like it's 9 times out of 10, obviously there's outliers and stuff like that, which there's nothing wrong with a woman proposing or anything like that. It's then his prerogative to then decide when he wants to pop the question. Right. Which is, and so those are like the two trade-offs, I guess, which, are they fair, equal? Who knows? I don't care.
Well, yeah, you're good. First of all, you're good. None of this has nothing to do with you. None of this has nothing to do with you. I guess I'm good too, because I've tapped out of the game at this point, so I guess I'm fine as well. But, just in general, that general statement is relatively true, what Griffey was saying. It's just, it was just, I don't know, it was just, and like you said, well, you didn't say it this time. Like you said, it was just like, you kind of see that he was probably just playing it up because he was on Fresh and Fit and stuff, but it was still kind of like almost cringy to me. Is that a fair assessment, Rick? I just kind of was like,
I definitely feel like he was playing it up because that's what is expected of anybody who goes on there. Right. Yeah, and especially if you're an already established celebrity, and or a personality, like it's expected that you're up there, kind of like being your worst self.
Yeah, the worst version of you. Yeah.
And so I wasn't mad at Griffey. It's just like one of his skits. He's just acting.
Okay, I could chalk it up as a skit. Because Griffey just said some crazy shit, and I've like skated past it because it's just a skit. So if you chalk it up as a skit, I guess it's fine. It just was so weird. It was just awkward. And the little TikTok that I seen, it was just like, why is this motherfucker on here, bro? Like, there's no reason for you to be on here. You don't need clout.
I thought it was funny as much as I seen.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's what you said. What else was he talking about? Not too much else crazy. Like that was like the craziest.
Yeah,
thing.
not too much else crazy. Just like miscellaneous shit here or there. But that was the most he went wild on.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's true. Just he could have executed that a little differently. But if it's a skit, it's a skit. Shout out to Griffey. We'd like to meet you one of these days so you could make fun of us or do a skit together. That would be awesome too. Hit us up. It's probably not gonna happen. Not no time soon.
I don't know.
One of these days. One of these days. Not no time.
Maybe we start sending out cold emails, man.
See what it is. Yeah, we did talk about that. I don't see why not. The worst somebody can say is get the fuck out my face.
Yes, sir. Shooting shots.
So that's what it is. Rick, what else we got on the docket for today?
Actually, it's not on the docket, but have you heard? What did you hear about? Steph and Clay winning a 3-point contest in Japan.
Oh yeah, against Jerome Poole and Moody. That's an easy dub. Yeah. I don't even know why they broadcasted that. That's not even.
Yeah.
I think, kind of to get into. It's funny you brought that up. Pete, you know they Vegas and like all the like I guess not scouts like the bettors and all that shit. Even ESPN projected Golden State to be the 8th seed. And they have like a 14% or 10, some low number percent chance of winning the championship. This year coming up after they just fucking won. And then Steph tweeted.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, and then Steph tweeted that was literally the same thing y'all said last year. So, it begs the question: are bettors fucking stupid? Because like if a team just won the championship. Unless they team got completely like dismantled right after the dub, because that happens too. Like some people, they win a championship, they're like, oh, I'm about to get me a check, and they go to another team, or they like, okay, I wanted to leave anyway, so I'm still gonna leave, but I'm glad we won. So situations like that happen, but this team is literally equal. They might even be better because they're adding more people on that was hurt last year. So
yeah, that's a weird kind of projection because it's not like they got to the finals like off some fluke shit.
No, they grinded their way there. Yeah,
like no team had some like big injury or anything that kind of like let them sneak in it like that one year. I forgot what year that was when there was.
Kawhi got hurt. It was like 3 people got hurt. And they ended up winning or something like that. Yeah, that one year Kawhi got hurt, and I think like 3 different people got hurt or whatever. Yeah, but it's just like it just makes me think. It's just like how can you be a professional bettor or a professional analytics person and look at this team that hasn't changed at all? Like I understand if like if Steph left or Clay left or Draymond left or something like that, and because that happens, like people win championships and people like leave and try to go get a check or they don't want to be there no more, whatever the case may be, or they want to be a star on their own. But Golden State, they've been through that already. They didn't pass that already. Them niggas is solid. And you could argue they've even gotten better because motherfuckers that was hurt last year are coming back to play. Like Wiseman, I think it's like 2 other dudes that was out and they coming back to play. I just don't see. Wiseman in Japan just dunked on like, who was it? Was it Jokic? So he dunked on some all-star motherfucker and just looked at him and then ran back down, like basically saying, I'm about to get me another one. Get the fuck out of my face type shit. So whoever they was playing in Japan, he dunked on they starting center and just looked at that nigga. And he's a rookie basically because he didn't even play last year. He was hurt. So, and he was the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick. So they're arguably getting better. How the fuck are they the 8th seed and got a 14% chance of winning the chip? I just think that's stupid. I don't know. Maybe they know something we don't know, but and I don't know if we got this off, but Steph even tweeted like this is the same thing y'all said last year and we won. So I don't know what they thinking. Niggas is stupid.
I don't know. I feel like low key the sports analysts want Golden State to feel like an underdog, so they perform. I feel like it's all some big ruse. I
can see that. I can definitely see that. Because Steph, for some reason, when you tell him he not gonna do something, he goes into another gear for some reason. So,
did someone say not cheat on Aisha? Bet.
Oh,
no, let me stop.
Yeah, chill out.
It's not confirmed.
Yeah, you know how stuff been going around a lot lately, so don't do that. We'll get a little leak. The golden boy will be no more.
Is he the golden boy?
Yeah, he the most clean besides Bron. He the most clean cut dude in the NBA. I'd say. I mean, he's not no Tristan Thompson. That's for sure.
Oh, that's for sure. You know they about to have another kid.
Oh my God! Why would she do that? You know, she says she from Tristan cheating on her so much she medically has brain damage. I was like, I don't think that's the correlation. I think you just a little slow and you keep fucking with this nigga.
That's how that sounds.
Yeah, I don't think the correlation is him cheating is causing you to be mentally fucked up. I think you're mentally fucked up, and he's exploiting that. Tristan Thompson is legitimately a monster like he's a monster. That nigga needs to be stopped. He's somebody I like to call a clout hooper. Like he only hoop because he's tall and he's athletic and he knew he could make a lot of money doing it, and he just does it to get bitches. You see what I'm saying? Like I feel like if Tristan Thompson worked that safe way, he wouldn't get as many girls. He'd probably get some, but it wouldn't be the same volume. But because he's in the NBA and because he drove to get to the NBA, I feel like that ups his women that he get, and he just can't be stopped now. I think somebody need to stop. It's too late now. He old as hell. He's stuck in his way. Like he's not changing who he is. It's just it is what it is. But needless to say, Steph Curry, as far as we understand, is not a Tristan Thompson, Ime Doku, Shaquille O'Neal ass nigga.
Not yet.
Not yet. We haven't heard nothing. Not yet. But him and Bron.
The rumors was going around that they was in an open marriage.
Oh yeah. Well, that's different though. That's not cheating ass nigga because that's an agreement. If that is true, if they are in an open marriage, then you're not really cheating. That's just what you and your partner agree upon. Does everybody agree with that? No, but they could also shut the fuck up because it's not their relationship.
Will and Jada was in an open marriage.
Yeah, but Jada fucked her son's best friend that they all took care of because he was sick and dying.
That's fair.
So
is he still dying?
As far as I understand, he is, but he did just get punched in the face by Tory Lanez, and I was like, why would you hit a sick kid? But
Tory Lanez kid is crazy.
Tory Lanez is rumored to have shot Meg, so if he did do that and then punched a sick kid, that's like you just a villain. You just a villain that can rap pretty well and sing pretty well. Rick, what was we talking about? Oh, we was talking about ghosts. Okay. I think honestly, Golden State could go back to back for real. That's just me. Will they be a first seed? Like, maybe not. They might not be like the first seed or nothing like that, but they'd probably be like a 4th, 5th seed and probably win again. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely have a strong chance of back to back, and because like we said, there's no injuries that are as of right now on the roster that's really holding them back. Mm-hmm. They have the same lineup, and they pretty much dog walked a lot of people. Yeah. And
theoretically, Clay should be better because he's a year in of being back. So like, that's just because some games Clay was a little off, and you could tell he was just trying to get his rhythm back. His groove. Yeah, he's trying to find his groove. You're assuming, as great as Klay Thompson is, he probably has found that because he's been playing for a full year to won a championship.
It's over.
Yeah, if he found his groove, even if it's like, because last year I say he was at like 60 to 75%, If he's at like 80 to 90%, even maybe even 100%,
get out the way.
Yeah, it's cap. If Clay is like Cash Money Clay, like stop fucking playing with me, 11 dribbles, 60 points, Clay. We might as well just give it to him. Don't even play the games, man. Just give it to him. Let everybody rest for another season. We'll run it back on the next one. Might be over with. Especially adding Wiseman. That's a real, like, people forget he was the first or second pick or something like that. That's a big kid. That's a really big kid. Great rebounder, great defender, rim runs. He got a little jumper on him now. And Draymond teaching him his Draymond shit. So imagine Draymond 7 feet tall. Come on, man. I'm not even a Golden State fan. I just know basketball, and that just seems like a problem. So, how about those Nets, though? No, I don't want to talk about
let's not get into that.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, yeah, well, so what's next on there, Steve? What do you want to talk about now?
Shit. This kind of, I guess, since we already talking about sports, this is just something that I wanted to shed a little light to. We don't got to talk about it too long, but Duke Slater, a former NFL player, he played in like the 20s and the 30s. He was like one of the first and only black players in the NFL at that time. He was a two-way lineman, which means he played on the offensive line and the defensive line. He played for 10 plus years, 10 to 13 years, and he is finally being inducted into the Football Hall of Fame. And I just wanted to show some love to him. He was also a doctor as well. Like, he became, after his football career, he became a doctor, and I can't remember exact because I had the notes, but I had them like a week ago when we were supposed to talk about it. Yeah. But he was a doctor, and he discovered some really important things in medicine as well. And his family didn't even know he played football until the NFL hit him up.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, like his niece that got hit up about it. They was like, yeah, we want to induct your uncle, your great uncle or whatever, into the Hall of Fame. He, one of the first black linemen, blah, blah, blah. And she said, my uncle was a doctor. I don't know.
He's like, yeah, we know.
He's like, yeah, we know. We just, he played football and when he was like 18 to like 20 something. And, we just wanted to induct him into the Hall of Fame. She's like, oh, shit. Okay. All right, cool. That's awesome. But shout out to Duke Slater, a pioneer in football. I didn't even know who that was. Like, I didn't even know about him until I seen the article. I just wanted to shed a little light on that because black people are amazing. We've always been amazing. And, yeah, that's really it. That's really it, Rick.
Hilarious. Congratulations for real. A round of applause. GOAT.
Two-way too, both sides with no helmet too. He didn't play. He couldn't afford a helmet. He didn't play with a helmet. He played on both sides with no helmet.
And he couldn't afford it.
And he became a doctor.
He weaved CTE.
He did. They wasn't fucking with him, Rick. They wasn't fucking with him for real. That's henceforth. I think he broke some records too, and obviously some white folks was mad about that. And after he retired, actually, they implemented that black people couldn't play in the NFL anymore for a while. And that was the case for the next 20 years until like 1947 or something like that.
Damn, he was so nice. He put him on the back foot.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him on the field again.
Yeah, basically. And he even fought for that. Like, he was on the board and he tried to fight for that. Obviously, you know how white people are. They wasn't going for it. But in 1946 or 47, they finally got it fixed. And now the NFL couldn't breathe without black people. So that's just what it is. Yeah, but huge shout out to him, Duke Slater, a pioneer.
In the bring your own helmet era.
Yeah, that's crazy. Bring your own helmet to an NFL game is nuts.
BYOH, bring your own helmet.
For real, bring your own helmet to an NFL game is fucking nuts, man. And it's just not safe. And then they be like, oh, I wonder why all these players be sick and shit and be having mental health issues. Well, niggas had to bring their own helmets. So, like, if you couldn't afford it, you played without a helmet. Imagine you gotta line up with a nigga with a helmet and you don't have a helmet.
Nah, yeah, I would have went home.
That's so crazy. And then you're still an all-star level player. Come on, man. Stop playing with him, man. Duke Slater, man. I am a little disappointed I didn't know who that was until I happened to see an article on Facebook. But, you know, they try to wash away our successes. It's okay. Everything's fine. Rick, anything else, man? What else we got on here?
There's a couple of things. You keep passing it off to me, but I have to close out the document.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry. My bad.
Yeah, you good.
Well, speaking of black people doing great things and then being washed away afterwards, a man.
Right, no, no. We'll do this right. Come on, man. I wouldn't say he was washed away. Before, just to break down the situation, what we're gonna get into next is in the Olympics last year or 2 years ago. I want to say, there was basically the last match for the gold in karate, and the match ended in a knockout victory. Yep. But the person who got knocked out was the winner, and the reason why was that the kick was deemed too hard, which you might be thinking, like, what do you mean too hard? Like, that's the whole point of fighting. But in karate, it's more supposed to be displaying the discipline and technique of the attack. So they try to, like, basically get away from, like, haymakers, wild kicks, power punches, because that's against the spirit of sparring in the martial arts. It's to showcase that you have a hold on not only the technical aspect, but on the execution of the technicality, on the when to deciding to use your techniques, and that they're implemented correctly and at the right time. And in this instance, they deemed the kick too hard. They thought he put too much rotation in it. Thought basically he tried to take the dude's head off, and so they disqualified him and gave old buddy who got knocked out the gold. The problem is that if you watch the replay, Steve might throw it up in the joint with the video. It leads. What happens is that the kick is kind of telegraphed in a way to where the dude thought something else was gonna happen, not a kick, and so he kind of like ducked into the kick. And if you watch, and even if you read the comments on the video, if you want to check it out yourself or see breakdowns, it was a whole big thing. It wasn't that the kick was too strong; it was more that the dude kind of dodged into the kick, so he kind of added into the momentum, thus getting knocked out, thus winning a gold medal. And the dude was super excited to have won a gold medal, even if it meant him kissing the mat and going to sleep for a little bit.
I don't know how I would feel about that though, Rick.
I would give it to him or give it away.
Yeah, he gotta have it, man. You got
I would just leave it on his face if he was knocked out. Like not if he was knocked out, but if he just had his head bowed down, or like he was like laying on the floor exhausted from the fight before, and he just didn't know what to do because he thought he had you for the gold medal. If he would have knocked me out with some shit like that, I'm walking right over to where he at
and giving it to
that
him,
gold
man.
medal.
That's not mine, man.
And leaving haste with.
Yeah, it might be record book mine, but it's not, bro. It's not mine, bro. Yeah. That's yours.
I'm definitely not telling anybody about this W.
Well, if you in the Olympics, your friends go say, "Bro, did you win?" No, I would just say I lost. I'd say
I win. It was like, bro, show us the tape. It was like, oh, they didn't record my event.
At the Olympics, they didn't record your video. Like, nah, man, they didn't. Well, somebody gonna find it. Somebody gonna see it and be like, "Oh, you got knocked the fuck." Nah, I would have to. I don't know what the dude that actually won did, but I would have just gave it to him, because or I would have just left it there. Like, it's just not. That's not a dub. That's not a dub. And like Rick said, like, I get that part where you're not supposed to show force in karate and stuff like that, but he didn't really do, like Rick said, leaned into it and kind of set himself up to be put to sleep. And they reviewed it too. That's what kind of pissed me off a little bit. I'm assuming all the judges is karate experts of some sort.
Yeah.
So if we was able to see that and they wasn't, it just kind of seemed a little sketchy. But also, I don't think we said it. The guy who knocked the dude out was black, and the guy who got knocked out was not. So that's all we saying. That's all.
Yeah, but he was European white.
He was European white.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that like worse? No, I'm sorry.
Nah.
I'm sorry, guys. Fuck.
That's dark white.
Oh, dark white, a little seasoning on them. I thought dark white was Italian people.
Nah, not anymore.
No?
Nah.
Okay. Little oregano. Okay, Steve, stop, bro. What the fuck? You know, Rick, I got the hazies. That's what it is. Because I haven't eaten. That's all. I got the hazies.
You got the late nights.
Yeah, the late nights and the hazies. I also have to be at work in the morning.
Yeah, so we're about done here. Maybe 5 more minutes and we'll wrap it up.
Shameless plug, I guess. PLAXtober has started, guys, on PLAX TV. For those of you who don't know, because I just announced it on the 1st, PLAXtober is basically me releasing a spooky video on my YouTube channel every day for the entire month of October.
Yes, sir.
If you guys enjoy me here on the R&P podcast, head on over to PLAX TV on YouTube. It's PLAX TV, one word. Head on over there. You will see a video every single day for the entire month of October. I literally have the first 15 days already uploaded. So, like, that's just happening regardless. And the other videos just need to be edited. I have 15 days to do those. It's me playing Outlast. It's me reacting to scary movies. I might even throw some other stuff in there that I'm trying to put together. But if you guys would like, head on over to PLAX. Oh, also, for PLAXtober, merch. You can also find merch from PLAX over there. If you go over to one of the videos, it'll be the first links in the description. Yeah, show some love. If you love me here, show some love over there. I'd appreciate it. If not, keep watching the pod. That would also work too. That's it, Rick. That's it. I'm good. I'm gonna let Rick close us out, actually.
All right, everybody. This has been a short episode of the R&P podcast at night.
A little technical difficulties, but
there was
also
a couple technical difficulties that got resolved towards the end. And I'm actually legitimately tired. I was talking this whole podcast with my eyes closed.
Oh shit! Damn, that's the grind.
And late at night, got to get this out for you. And so we really hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you check this out on not only YouTube but Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Music, anywhere that you get podcasts, we there. Except Tidal, we're still working on Tidal.
Yeah,
as soon as we got Tidal, y'all know about it.
Yep.
And let us know if you liked any of what we were talking about, or if you're interested in it, or you got stuff that you want us to talk about. Any topics, movies, video games, experiences, situations, like whatever you got. Throw it at us, and we'll sure to have something to talk about with it. And if we don't, we'll make it up.
Yeah, we'll make some up.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, don't forget to hit that notification bell, so you can be upped on all of our latest uploads and be entertained right along with us. Mm-hmm. Just know at the end of the day, what's that, Steve?
We love you guys. Peace.
Bye.
Yes, sir.